Alright, as you may know, this is a bracket challenge video I decided to do. Everyone was like, are you going to do a bracket challenge video? You should do one. Like, I want to know your opinion. So I decided to get mine out there and thought it would be fun. Might look back and realize how wrong I was, but hey, it's playoffs. Anything can happen, right? So what I did, and I thought it would be a little bit fun to get some different stats, because I think a lot of people are doing really awesome bracket challenge videos, but I thought it would be fun to kind of dive a little bit deeper and just kind of see in my video different types of stats other than just like goals and points and stuff like that. So what I did was, and a lot of people were talking about like how young a team is and how like inexperienced they are and stuff like that. So I was like, what if I saw how old a team was on average and compared them? And by the way, I'm sitting over a little bit because I'm gonna put the stats up here for you guys so you can like see. But anyways, so I was like, why don't I see if these teams are actually on average younger or older, and just kind of see also their experience in the NHL, the average team average experience in the NHL. So a lot of them may be different, just like AHL players, injuries, stuff like that I guess factor in there, but a few of them actually surprised me, so might surprise you too. Starting off, I'm in the Western Conference with Nashville and Colorado. And over here, I'll put the little stats. Colorado has been actually better with special teams, and that may be hard to believe, as the Preds have been pretty much the best team this year, winning the President's Trophy. I said Nashville in 5. That was my prediction. We shall see. Preds, older team, and have a lot of experience in comparison. 6 years experience on average playing in the league, and 28.2 years. Avs, 26.2 years with 4.1 experience in the league on average. So yes, they are a little bit of a younger team. Winnipeg and Minnesota, I said Winnipeg. I mean, you look at the stats, they're overall just better, pretty much in everything. Minnesota has been doing a lot better though. Eric Staal's had an amazing year for his team, but I just don't see them going past Winnipeg. Winnipeg's been such a great team this year, probably the best that they've ever had since they've come back to Winnipeg. Those first two lines are lethal. You've got so many good goal scorers. You've got Laine, you've got Wheeler, so many people that have stepped up on that team. So I think Winnipeg definitely deserves to make it to at least the second round there. So next one, oh, I forgot the age. Jets are at a 26.5 average in age and 5.3 years of experience. Minnesota, this is actually, and it didn't really surprise me because I know Matt Cullen is like 41, 42, I think. So I felt like with him and like a few other guys would probably be a little bit of an older team, but they're actually on average 29 years old. So I found that interesting. But they have also the most experience, I believe. I think Nashville was 6 years, but they actually have 6.1, so a little bit more than Nashville. But like I said, I don't see them getting past Winnipeg, but you never know. This is the playoffs. So on to the Vegas and LA series. LA is more of the defensive team, Vegas offensive. So LA, less goals against, better penalty kill, that type of thing, and then Vegas is the one that's got the more goals, better power play, that type of thing. So with that being said, Vegas, I believe, is going to win this series between LA, and they have more to play for. LA, they are shaping to be a good team, but I see Vegas being the more hungry team here. LA has already got some success. Vegas this is their first season, so they're wanting to prove everybody wrong. And they may just be doing that. Alright, Anaheim and San Jose, and this will be pretty much the same type of situation. You have one offensive team, one defensive team, one that's scoring more goals, better on the power play, other one less goals scored on and better penalty kill. And this is the same type of trend in this case, with Anaheim being the more defensive team and San Jose being the more offensive team. I actually said Anaheim in 7. A lot of people might think, oh man, like Evander Kane, they've got so many threats on their team. But I really see Anaheim just grinding them down. Yeah, I think it'll be like one of those series. It's like 1 or 2 goals a game. Because, I mean, like I said, Anaheim's a defensive team, and then San Jose might get shut down quite a few times. But, I mean, Gibson's been playing amazing this season, so we shall see. But that is my prediction, Ducks in 7. And over to the East, we have Tampa Bay and New Jersey. And stats, I think that Tampa is just, I mean, stats-wise, they're better overall, and just a better team. Way more depth. New Jersey Devils have been led basically by Taylor Hall this year. He's had a great year for the club. I mean, he's Hart Trophy candidate, and they've had some better goaltending in Kincaid. They had a kind of a goalie situation there with Schneider and everything, but who's going to come out on top? I really see Tampa just pretty much annihilating New Jersey. But I wanted to see, because everybody was like, almost every single article or whatever was like, man, like New Jersey's such a young team, like, you know, they just, Tampa's got so much more experience and all this, and you know, Tampa is actually about the same age as New Jersey. So the average age for Tampa, 27.3 years. Average age for the Devil, 27.5. So that was pretty surprising for me, because like I said, pretty much everybody was saying New Jersey's such a young team. I mean, they do have a lot of younger players. They got like Butcher, Heischer, some of those like rookies coming in, younger players, but yeah, that was very interesting to see. And then the experience in the NHL on average is 5 years. Well, 5.5 to be exact for Tampa, 5.1 for New Jersey. Yes, so Tampa in 5, again, don't see them going very far with this one. Tampa's just gonna, yeah. So next series, Boston and Toronto, and this is one series that I'm actually pretty excited for. I think this is going to be one of the best series in the first round, besides the Pittsburgh-Philly, of course. But Boston, obviously, pretty older team overall, 28.4 years in age. Leafs are actually 28.1 averaging, like, in age on the whole team. Like, that was actually surprising to me, because everybody, I mean, not just from hearsay, but I mean, I know, like Marner, like Nylander, Matthews, all these young kids on the team, and you're just like, really? But so that just goes to show that they do have some veteran leadership on that team. That will be, they have Marleau now, and they have some older players that can step in for that role. So really, I mean, they're pretty much neck and neck as far as like age, experience. So neither team has an edge there, but Boston does have Stanley Cup experience, so that will definitely be an interesting series to watch. Boston, better overall, and has a higher point percentage. Boston in 6. Now going on, next series will be Washington and Columbus, and this series I feel like is just gonna be, it'll be a good series, but at the same time, I think that Columbus is gonna get beat, and Washington's gonna come out with the win. Stats are pretty much in Washington's favor, except goals against. Columbus is a little bit better defensively in that regard. And Washington's age, 28.2. and Jackets are a little bit younger with 26.2 years on average. Experience for Washington, 5 years experience, Jackets 4.4. And yeah, I see Washington winning in 6. So Columbus has actually been really good this year. I mean, towards the end, they were a really good team. But yeah, Washington's been a powerhouse, and they normally are in the regular season. Postseason, different story, but I definitely see them getting past round 1. Second series, Pittsburgh versus Philly, and the age was about the same, I mean almost exactly the same. Pittsburgh 27.5 years, Philly 27.2, and years of NHL experience 5.2 for Pitt and 5.1 for Philly. And the stats, Pittsburgh more scoring, plus they also have better special teams than Philadelphia. So pretty much statistically Pittsburgh has the edge there, and I see Pitt winning in 7. And there actually have been a lot of people saying that the Flyers will win, which, I mean, you never know, but I don't know. Alright, second round. I had Nashville beating the Jets in 6, and the Preds are the older team of the two, so I've already said the ages. I'm not going to say them anymore, but here's the stats. Nashville better defensively, better in the face-off department, and point percentage. So Nashville, overall better team, much more experience, so I picked Nashville to win in 6. Going down to Vegas and Anaheim, Ducks are the older team with more experience, believe it or not, and also statistically Vegas is better, but Anaheim is better defensively, and that's not a shocker to me at all. So I think I honestly, and this one may be kind of surprising for you to hear from me, but as much as I want Vegas to win, I don't see them getting past the Ducks here. I just see Anaheim just grinding them down, wearing them down. Because when you have that offense, when you have all that the high scoring in your pipeline, a lot of times you tend to get worn down by these defensive teams. So, I mean, if you're not defensive yourself as much, it's really difficult to win. And oftentimes playoff games are really neck and neck. So I don't see Vegas getting past the second round, unfortunately, even though I really would like to see Vegas getting past them. But I do see the series being drawn out, so, I mean, I don't think they're just going to sweep them or anything. I think it's going to be a longer series with Ducks winning in 7. Next series, I have Tampa and Boston, and I feel like this will be a really, really exciting series to watch, but I just think that, unfortunately, I see Boston coming out of this one with the win. Tampa has been a great team this year, don't get me wrong, but Boston is obviously the defensive team in this series, and Tampa will be more of the offensive team. Stats-wise, Boston has more experience, they're an older team, which I think in the playoffs can come to your advantage because, yeah, more experience, Stanley Cup experience, so Bruins in 6. Next series, Washington and Pitt. Capitals are the older team, and they actually have more experience, but like I said before, Penguins have more Stanley Cup experience, and Washington is the better team on paper, but the Penguins have had a lot of playoff experience, and Washington's never beat them yet in the playoffs, so there's also that. And Washington has been a great offensive team, as they usually are in the regular season, but I don't see them getting past Pittsburgh. I actually did not have the number of games written down here, but I'm going to say Pittsburgh in 6. That sounds good. Alright, so third round, we have Nashville and Anaheim, and the Ducks are slightly older, but not much. With the Preds having more experience, Preds better on paper than the Ducks, and the only stat that the Ducks really have over their heads is they're just better on the penalty kill. Both defensive teams, I mean, both are really, really good defensively, so I think it would be an interesting series that way because I think they're so similar. So I think it would be kind of similar matchup there, but I see the Preds winning in 5. Believe it or not, I just don't see it going very far. All right, next one, Boston versus Pittsburgh. Now, I did honestly had a video I released yesterday, and it was about, could Pittsburgh win? Could they win? And yes, I want them to win. Obviously I do. But can they? Can they? I said all the problems they had. I said the goaltending. I said the different issues, the defensive problems, to like the goal differential, stuff like that. And honestly, and I hate to say this, but I really think Boston's gonna win. Boston's just, if you look at stats, if you look at you know, different things, honestly I don't think stats are always everything, but it's a predictor pretty much on what the turnout will be. So Boston, I think Boston's just gonna grind them down. They're older, more experienced. I think Boston just, yeah, but I see the series going far though. I see it going to a 7-game series, so I put Boston in 7. And the finals, and this is it. So I said, like pretty much everybody else, Boston versus Nashville. And I think that it would be a crazy series because, like, again, they're both defensive teams. Overall, they're more defensive than anything. So I think it would be really a low score series. But I do think it would be very exciting. But Boston is actually a little bit better offensively, and except the point percentage, Nashville has the edge there. And I said, or excuse me, Nashville has more experience and age. So I said Nashville in 7, and then it asked you that little question, how many goals are going to be scored in the game? And I said 3, because you think about it, and usually, especially those last rounds, I think they're just so tight. Usually it's like 1 or 2 goal games, because you've got these, you know, 2 great teams playing against each other. So I didn't see it being a very high scoring game there, but you never know, I could be completely wrong. But anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I thought it would be fun just to do it and just see, I guess, what you guys think. I mean, it might be kind of shocking that I didn't choose Pittsburgh, because everybody says I'm biased and stuff. So, but honestly, I was thinking, I did another Stanley Cup video, and I had to take it down. It's like, had some copyright issues, but I said Nashville. I said Nashville. So we shall see. But thank you for watching.